Should get my tablet. Oh. Alhamdulillah. Let me find the light, y'all. Overhead lighting is not your friend. Let us understand. Now understand why I'm having all this premature graying at 21. So that's not even, but that's not even, um, yeah, not true. I mean, 21, not understanding why. I mean, just, anyways, um, first of all, look at this moon. Allahu Akbar. Hopefully you could see the moon. Am I getting it? Yeah, there's the moon. Thumbs up as you come into the room, everybody. Hit the thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So that we together can grow this channel and have a broader reach to our people across the diaspora. So you can do your part. I'm doing the heavy lifting. I'm sitting up here looking like a pterodactyl and, doing all of that. So do your part and thumbs up and share the video if you can. But definitely thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thumbs up. And get me a facelift. But definitely thumbs up. Thumbs up. I'm waiting. We got 5 people that need to thumbs up. What's going on? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Hit the like button, everybody. See if I can get me on here on my tablet. That's the princess show. She's everything. And she's the only little girl that they come over here all the time. It's a racket kids. She's everything. Okay, the signal is good. That looks good. Okay. Thumbs up, everybody. Like, did I not say it? Are you not? You feel me? If you're not feeling me, then please go away. Otherwise, thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'll just wait. I got all night. Hi, princess. Hi, mommy. But she speaks Wolof. I don't. She's so precious. You could just only tell. Thumbs up, everybody. You got 5 people that need to thumbs up. 4 people. You know, one of the reasons why I went live is because what I'm about to talk about, and you're doing exactly why this stream is even necessary. I've said it how many times? You've clicked on the video. If you can't thumbs up, then just go the fuck away, dude. I mean, I'm not having disunity among my people. I'm just not having it. I don't receive that. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. As I say, you teach people how to treat you by what you allow. Le enseñas a la gente como para tratarte porque te permites. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Got 5 people who are pathetic. 4 people who are pathetic. Pathetic. The worst. Probably white devils. I'm waiting. You see, this is the dichotomy that I have, because I try to be a fair-minded man because I love my people. But I'm going to come up with some members-only type shit you got to pay if you want to see the Jedi. I didn't want to do that. But if that's what I have to do to get compliance, then that's what I'll do, Because I'm just over living in a world of black people who just can't get it together to do shit that doesn't cost them anything. You're sitting your lazy, dumb ass there, and I've said thumbs up probably at least 20 times now, and you haven't done it. So you're a waste of life. You're a waste of flesh and humanity, and you should just die off because you're dragging the wing of our people. You're why we can't get off the ground. You're why we can't get anything done. You're why our continent is suffering. You're why our people are suffering in America and across the diaspora. You're a pathetic ass. It's you. So you don't have anything to say about anything of the strife of African people because you are part of the problem. You're right up there with the oppressor and everything else. It's you. You're it. So look in the mirror. It's you. It's you. That's the discovery. It's you. It's actually you. So you shouldn't have shit to say about the plight of African people from here on out because you are the reason. It's you. You see? I always tell you guys there's a pathology to everything. Nothing just becomes, you see? And we always want to look without. And we should. But as I said to you, we have to separate the weeds from the grass. And there's a lot of our own that we have to literally get rid of. You see? That they breathe no more. Drastic times require drastic measures. We're a people under attack. We're in critical condition. And it's like the gas station is 2 blocks. The car just ran out of gas. You got 5 people in the car. You only got 2 people out pushing it. You see, that's us. That's us. That's us. So what we have to do is we have to get the car to the gas station, fix it, and then run over those who didn't help push the car. That's what we have to do. No more niceties. You know what I'm saying? We run them over, literally and figuratively in life. That needs to be what we do as a people. I'm not going to make this long, you guys, because my battery was at 30%, and I warred with myself about whether or not I should even try to go live. Because the battery will die. But the good news is, the last couple days I've been out looking at apartments and houses for rent, and I finally found a place. And today we went to the office. A young gentleman, he was only 20 years old, dude. 20 years old, this kid. But he's not the only one. I'm seeing a lot of young people here that are very self-aware, the way they carry themselves. They're not any of these pathetic people that won't thumb up the damn stream. They're not that. They're actually decent human beings. They're productive and they're inspiring, and they give me great hope. Yeah, went to the office today to read and sign the documents. We will continue and finish that process, inshallah, on Saturday. because the final place that I landed on, it's a 3 bedroom, very spacious apartment, um, and um, it's fully furnished because I needed something that's fully furnished because I don't have the wherewithal, and I don't really think the infrastructure is really here like it is in America for you to just like where you find. Let me close the door. You guys, they're watching soccer. I'm sitting outside on the porch of La Casa. Anyways, um, and in America, you get a new apartment and then you just like go to the furniture store, and you could go to several furniture stores and pick out different stuff from different stores, and they probably gonna deliver it to you just as a part of the fee, just part of the price. You feel me? It's nothing. I don't really think that's going to be the case here. And pickup trucks, it's not that they don't exist, but I've not seen them in plentifulness and how you would get that and all that stuff. So it's just less of a headache for me to just find a place that was fully furnished. And like this, it comes with a 60-inch color television. I mean, it's just fully furnished. Like all you need to do is walk in, and it's not too far from where Samba lives, which I'm at Samba's house. He had this house. This house was just finished. He had just finished building this house before I came. There's still some other finishings that need to be done, but it's done for the most part. There's some little things here and there that need to be done, but I'll get a chance, inshallah, to show you guys the house at some point. I've filmed it already. It's recorded, and you'll get a chance to see that. Now he done left the door open, and I don't want critters flying in. The mosquitoes have already been getting me. I'm closing the door again. Okay, fine. Okay. We'll move to the seating area for everyone. We'll just, what do they say when you're in kindergarten? Okay, boys and girls, pull out your books and place your hands on the table. I'm over it. Close the door. Close the door. Okay. Anyways, it's not too far from where Samba is. And, it's interesting because the very, very first place that I looked at, you guys, wallahi, it was an upstairs apartment. I think it was like on, how many stories was that building? It might have only been 2 stories because the ceilings are high. So I'm going to say it was a 2 story, but it was really high. But voila, I could step out on either one of my many balconies, and the ocean was right there. And they wanted $500 US a month. And it was another spacious 3 bedroom apartment. There's a bathroom in every room. The beds were plush, like as if you were at the embassy suites. In fact, the bed in the master bedroom, wallahi, one year me and Joseph stayed at the embassy suites on one of his timeshares, and I promise you that bed was like that. Very nice. I videoed it. You'll get a chance to see that. The place that I landed on is also a 3 bedroom. It's also very spacious. Obviously, doesn't have a beach view, but it comes in at just over $300 US a month. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. Not just my place, but I want you to see the other places that I didn't get, because you need to have a sense of the real estate here and what rental properties can look like. Because here's the most important thing I could say for most of you watching and listening to me right now: any place you rent here would probably be an upgrade for you. An upgrade. Partner, let me upgrade you out of my bouquet. Switch your necktie to purple labels, upgrade you. I don't know. I wrote it. I don't have to remember it. I don't. I said, here, Beyonce, here's a song I just wrote on some tissue. Take it. I'm busy. Have things to do. Anyways, um, but there are other things you need to know. Listen, I know there's cultural differences, but there's some things that must be taught here because sometimes people just don't know another way. You know, I'm a very intelligent man, learned, educated, read, and all that stuff, but still, I'm not an oracle, and I'm definitely not the creator of the heavens, the earth. And sometimes you you just hear something and go, ah, I didn't think of it that way, or I didn't know that at all. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But that's how you attain wisdom. That's how you become brilliant, by stacking, stacking, stacking. So never be afraid or ashamed that you don't know something or you didn't learn something, or maybe you didn't go to school or whatever you think your deficit is. Don't ever sell yourself short on that, because as long as you breathe, you can always attain knowledge, you know? And I'm a product of that. So whatever respect you have for me, for my knowledge and information and wisdom, I'm a student. I'm constantly building on my knowledge, my experience in life and on earth. So why I mention that is because there's places that you look at where in America we're used to, you hear that apartment or a house is available, you just know that there's nobody there and it's been cleaned out, and you would go and look at it and see if you like it. But no, no, there was places we went to look and there's like whole people up in there in beds and things like this, and the guy is telling you like, once you pay then we'll clean it and they'll move out. And that can just be a little bit of culture shock for you. Some people were asking me on the last stream, had I had any culture shocks, and I said no. That one I think we would mark that as number one. you know and he didn't understand when I was just like, nah. And then it's hard to navigate moments like that, because to me it's like, well, you wouldn't just notice, like, and then but to them it's like, what do you mean? So there's that disconnect. And so how do you bridge that without being insulting, and and still get what it is that you need? So the first one that I saw that was like, I think it was the first one that I saw that was like that, when we came out, I didn't like the house. um and it was a big house. And I said to him, not just for me, but for you and your own business. And I tried to share with him how it works in America. But forget that it's America. This should just be a universal principle. Because if somebody has moved out, you clean it and get it ready. It doesn't matter how long it's going to sit there empty. If it sits there a year, 2 years, it doesn't matter. It's already clean. Whenever somebody comes to look at it, it's ready to be seen. So that was a bit much for me. One of the compounds I looked at was another 3-bedroom compound. In other words, a compound, it means a house that sits on a piece of property behind gates, you know. And I liked that one because it had, as its backup to the electricity, it had solar. So if the electricity goes out, you switch over to solar, and then it had solar panels, and you got your solar. That one was also about $500 a month US. Big piece of property, also a boys' quarters. Boys' quarters is something you hear all the time when people are talking about African um, homes, because it's another house on your property, and you can use it for something else, or you can have security that lives there. You can just have people stay there. I mean, I guess you could get as imaginative as you want with it, but it's known as a boys' quarters. A lot of people do use it for, if they want to have security on their property. Maybe you have a driver that lives on your property, whatever, you know. Um, and the sister that was there, that was showing the place, I'm dead. I want the brothers who see me to know. I want all my people to know. First of all, we are the most beautiful people on this planet Earth. There is not a better looking people than us. And I don't need to make any qualifier for that. That's just the truth. I always tell you, we have more than one of anything, there's always a standout. Doesn't matter what it is. And we are the standout. The feast of beauty that you see when you just drive through the streets or walk down the street anywhere, it doesn't matter where you're at. We are so beautiful, y'all. Man, woman, and unborn child. Wow, we are stunning. Stunning. Stunning is the only word to describe. Wow. And we have the most beautiful children. We just do. We just do. Anyways, um, that place, you know, I liked it for its own reasons, you know, and Samba really liked it because he's trying to guide me based on what I have expressed that I'm looking for. Like the first place that I'm telling you about that was overlooking the beach and all of that. Well, that area is considered the Beverly Hills area, you know, like when the guy said that, because I was already looking through the apartment, I was already loving it. It was fully furnished, nice. I mean, just when you see the video, you're gonna be like, oh my God, like it looks, it's like a condo, dude, in America. And but then when the guy said, this is the Beverly Hills, this is like the Beverly Hills area, and I just almost died because that goes against what's in my spirit, you know. I'm not trying to floss here. I'm not a flosser, and I'm not trying to be seen as, you know, some American that, you know, that's rich. I wasn't rich in America, so I'm not rich here. You feel me? And that really tugged on me because the place was so nice, dude. Then there was another place that I looked at that was literally steps from the beach. The agent, after we looked at three apartments. They were all end apartments, all fully furnished, blah blah blah. Those were only two bedrooms each, but the bedrooms are big. And then when we finished, we went downstairs, and we literally walked to the water right there, so he could show me one of the bars that was just on the beach, and there was people laying out and frolicking and all of it, and it was just steps. It probably takes maybe a minute and a half to walk from this apartment to the water. I mean, for most of us, that just would not be affordable in America. Just wouldn't. It would be a shack, and it would be $50,000 a month probably just because it's on the beach, you know. Um, so this place that I landed on, like I say, it comes in at just over $300 a month US, fully furnished. Um, you know, and everything is there, including pots and pans and utensils. Like you'll see it. Um, yeah. So the only thing that is also you need to know, you know, in America, if you see, you usually see signs around town. You see on an apartment or a house for rent, for rent, for rent, and you just go and you talk to somebody, the landlord. Oh, is the landlord here? Was the manager here? Whatever. And you talk to them. And you do the thing. That's it. So, like, I never went through any real estate companies in my life in America. So this idea of there being these agents, you know, and they want a fee to take you out to look at it, and then there's a fee that they get on top of the annual rent. It's a one-time thing. So in this case, the guy was saying I have to pay. It's when I did the conversion, it's like I got to pay him a fee of like 200 about 250 US as a fee. That kind of kills it for me, you know. Um, because you give him a year's rent, so that should be enough to cover any and all fees and incidentals and caviar and champagne and a trip to Provence. You know, I mean, so that's kind of a stinger, you know, as it relates to, we'll put that in the category of culture shocks. Um, as I say, I'm used to just, you know, you find a place and you find out who the landlord is and you just rent the place. It's not no extra fees. You maybe you have to pay an application fee. and that covers like a background check and all that stuff. But after that, you're pretty much done. You just pay your security, and that's it. So I guess the trade off is there's no security deposit. There's no first and last. Um, there's no Well, I guess there essentially is an application fee if we want to just say that. I mean, I don't know, but so I guess it's how you quantify it, really. You know, but you could pay either 6 months, you pay the year, depending on what you've worked out with the landlord. Rent is also very negotiable. In fact, the place I told you that was steps from the beach, they wanted $700,000, I think it was initially, and I said no, 400,000. You know, and he called the landlord and they went for it. So that's a big difference. And you they almost expect you to negotiate here. Everything's negotiable. That's a positive. This one I didn't push back on because it's only 250,000 dalasi, which I say works out to about $330 a month US. Um, and I just didn't see any reason to push back on that. It's a great deal. The apartment is great. It's spacious, and it's the way they do their ceilings, you guys, and then there's ceiling fans. And by the way, it was very hot to everybody else. I'm chilling because I'm from California, so it's nothing. But I mentioned that it was a hot day, and we were in this apartment, and it was not hot at all. Again, they build with hard stone materials. So when a building is cool at night, it holds its cool over the day. If you don't really, you know, like that was I was impressed. Like they're gonna put they had the things coming out of the wall where they're gonna install the air conditioning units, but they're ceiling fans, and the apartment was cool. So I really was not tripping. Yeah, I just wasn't tripping. You know, and they have meters, so you don't got to go see no electric company. You can just buy your electricity right there at your meter that's on your building. There's some way that you do it, and you just buy it right there, and it's very inexpensive compared to what we pay in the United States. And then you have your electricity for however long you need it for. Um, is the match over, brother? I think he's got headphones on. Anyways, um, so that's not there is no water bill because the water everybody has what's known as a borehole, which is essentially a well. Most African houses have it. So you have a well, and then you have up on top. You'll see in the drone footage when I show you that you have these big containers up on top of your house. So there's a pump that pumps water up there and fills it up from the well that brings it into the house, and you have your water pressure and everything for shower, toilet, everything. It's fine. But most of all, that water is untouched by man. So it's pure water, like from Allah. Oh, salam alaikum, brother. I didn't see you.
Yes, my brother. How are you?
Well, alhamdulillah. I'm Abdullah.
Yeah, I was here, but you were busy.
Yes, and I think I glimpsed you, but I wasn't. Because these guys always come over, and I just see a bunch of brothers in there when y'all watching
Yeah, for
soccer.
sure. I came lately here.
MashaAllah.
Just for
How are you?
It's my friend. I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. How is everything?
Alhamdulillah.
Did you guys win? Did the team win?
No, I'm not supporting any of them.
Oh,
Me, I mean,
me too.
just for.
Yeah. I'm a spectator. I'm not really into it. I respect it for them though.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Salam alaikum.
What?
Um, yeah, so that brings your water and everything, and the water is softer. You don't get ashy. Um, it's just it's everything I dreamed, you guys. I mean, if it wasn't nighttime, I could hold my phone and show you where the mosque is, just right through the houses right there. Like I can walk there to the mosque. Real water, real food. You understand? Organic. It's just, as I always tell you, when you have something wonderful, you always want to share it. I do. Okay, I accidentally touched my tablet when I got up, and now I don't have me. on, and I also need to come to your comments. That's why I did this, so I could look at it on here. Let's see. Andrea Smith, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I'm trying to make a commitment to call you tomorrow. If I don't, then you stalk me. You understand? And threaten me. Give threats. I miss you. I love you. And it's good to see you. And we're going to work with this lighting, y'all. We're just going to work it out. Just going to work through it. 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 Y'all let me know when I get an angle you can deal with that doesn't hurt your eyes. I think this kind of works for you for now. For now. And as I was even telling Samba, I think that even, because one of the reasons why I wanted to have more than, like, I would have had more bedrooms even, and maybe in the future I will. But these bedrooms are big, you guys. You can have 2 queen size beds in there and still be like, oh, we could put some more in here. But I wanted them because, like, even here at Samba's, like, just a rack of brothers just left here right now because they come over and watch soccer. Sometimes some of them come and crash in one of the other bedrooms. They're like that here. Like, people show up at your house and just chill. You feel me? And that's so me. Like, I love to have extra space so I can just say, hey, you can stay. You could come stay, But as I was telling him, it also gives me an opportunity. I can have one of my rooms dedicated to my social media. I can really step up my game, with graphics and backgrounds and do all that stuff and just really get serious about this platform more than I have been in the past. Since I do have a clear mission of why I'm on this channel and what I'm doing, so I don't mind devoting, my time and my resource to that. So that would be definitely a big help and an advantage of having more space. I need to let this play so that the comments will be live. Black Beauty, always a big shout out to you. And not this overhead lighting. You see? This is why you need lighting directly on you, because when you go like this, you see the shadows? You see the shadows? Shadowing, 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 not flattering. I'm over it. Anyway, by the way, my bedroom is right here, y'all. That's my bedroom. So let me just note that detail. Mike Jefferson, a big shout out to you. Cheryl Bryant, big shout out to you, Queen. I'm so good to see you, Grand Rising. Yes, even late in the day, King. Yeah, Mike, she's beautiful, man. The kids here are killing me, y'all, because I'm such a sucker for kids. And I just showed y'all her, but there was some other little boys that were here too. And I told you guys when I was at when we were at Dowda's compound the other day when I went live about the atai. In fact, you saw me drinking the atai. And these little boys know how to brew and make atai. I'm over it. I was not mad. And but I didn't get them when they were leaving just now. Simply Sandra, I love you so much. You already know. My God, and you obviously made it off the turnpike because you're here. You say Jedi, I'm here. I think members only is a good idea. I didn't want to do it, son, because it just you shouldn't. I hate that, But I'm giving it serious consideration. I'll just say that. Maybe just threatening it might be enough to get compliance. Maybe I don't need to. You go on and say, I can't wait to see your new home. So happy. Yes. And like I say, we're supposed to see the agent and the landlord because I didn't see the landlord yet. And I'm supposed to see her on Saturday. So God willing, I'll get a chance to film it again. Because the master bedroom was locked when we saw it, but he had a video of him showing the master bedroom, and I'm standing right there at it, and I could see the date of when the video was taken, so I was good with it. But still, I need to go in and feel it since it is the master bedroom. Um, R. Pierce, a big shout out to you. Say, I love the message about always learning and not worrying that you may not know everything and can always learn something new. But I can't listen live. Gotta listen to you later. That's okay. I appreciate the comment though. Thank you for that, Pierce. Appreciate it. And I'm glad you got something out of that, you know. That's an important message. It really is. Richard Hart, big shout out to you. I don't think I've seen you since I've been on the continent. Good to see you, Richard. Good to see you. Alhamdulillah. And then son, you say, you back and off I made it off the Florida Turnpike safely. Yes. um oh, this is way behind. There might be some comments that I don't see. Let's see how I do this. Where's the chat? All right, I'll just hit it on here. Uh oh, see, yeah, my finger goes past the camera when I do that. So that's not optimal. I need to be over here with my finger. Um anyways, um also I may have to come back to the asshole of the devil, y'all, because those of you who pay attention and have been listening and invested in what I'm had to say at any time in life, you know that my attachment to my car um, has been spiritual. You know, um, I've had my car for 23 years, my Honda Civic EX, and you know, I tell the story again for those of you who don't know. I always talk about the whisper because it's real. The whisper is the voice of God or the angels. I think it's the angels because unless you're a prophet, God is not going to speak directly to you. God can give you inspiration. Like when you just come up with an idea, you have a thought, that's inspiration. All that is from the divine. But there's the constant guidance from moment to moment, literally. Like you don't have to think about anything in life. You can just wait for the whisper and it will guide you, man. I promise you. And it must be the angels. It's never wrong, and you should never disobey it. But before I ever owned my Honda, 2 cars before my Honda, back in the 1990s, early 1990s, I had met my buddy Henry. We had just started becoming friends. My buddy Henry has passed on now, passed away in 2015, 14, 15. And I may change locations, y'all, just because I'm really not feeling this lighting. And I have a photo shoot tomorrow. I'm supposed to do a thing with Givenchy. I'm doing a Kenneth Cole thing. I'm also on the cover of GQ. I'm busy. Anyway. But we'd had a dinner party at our buddy Dennis's house. And now the dinner party's over and people are kind of loitering and some people going out to the club and other people are making other plans for the evening and blah, blah, blah. And me and Henry were sitting at the dinner table still and just picking our teeth with toothpicks and, you know, unbuttoning your button so you can let your stomach out. And and he was saying to me, so, you know, hey, man, you think you're ever going to go back to California? This is in Maryland. I said, yeah, you know, but I don't fly. And, you know, the car that I have now is not roadworthy to make it to California. So, you know, I would have to feel the winds of change. And I explained to him how I always know when change is coming. And I said I would have to have a different chariot because this one won't do it. I said, but eventually I'll know when, and Allah will give me another chariot. I had a Subaru at that time that I called Gertrude. By the way, since I'm going long now with this story, if we get disconnected, our backup plan, everybody, is I will switch to my tablet and go back live again. Because I should have gone live from it. I don't know why I didn't. Anyways. Um so at the time I had a Subaru. And it was rusted and all that. I called it Gertrude, but damn it, it was mine and it ran. And then fast forward to Gertrude, one of my buddies, Marcus, wrecked Gertrude. But just when it got wrecked, that weekend before, I had been at a party, and the brother that was having the party, his sister, so this is what it was meant for me to be at this party. His sister was from New Jersey, and she had a Escort that she was selling. But I'm telling you, this Escort was the bomb. It had Yokohama tires, rims, tinted windows all the way around. It sounded like a Cadillac when you started it up, and it drove like one. It was everything on earth. And so now this accident happens, and I'm speaking to my buddy David. He was like, yeah, man, my sister has a car for sale. I'm like, really? So let me look at it. So boom, long story short, end up buying the Escort. Because I thought if she drives this thing back and forth to Jersey, it's fine. And it was. And I was working for Xerox at the time, and then that broke down, but it only needed a minor part. But I literally called all over the country, and Ford doesn't make the part anymore. At that time, I'm working for Xerox. We had a corporate account with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I could literally go to Enterprise and close my eyes and point. And whatever I point, I get it, and Xerox will pay for it. So I had a rental car, and I called this guy in another part of Maryland. I don't know how I knew about the car. I saw it. I don't know. Anyways, but I called about the car. I was talking to him about it. It was the car. Okay, I'm coming to Laurel to look at it. If I like it, it's on. But I never made it to Laurel, Maryland, because I'm going down Route 1, and I'm at a stoplight, and catty corner to my right, diagonal, was Henry Gay Auto Sales. The whisper said, pull in there. And I did. So long story short, when the sale was finished, I drove some other cars and everything. And then when I drove Princess, I took her to my mechanic, who I think they were from Samoa. I don't know. He never could say my name, Abdullah. He would always say Adu, Adu. So he checked the car out. He came in there. He got right up to my face. He goes, Adu, if you don't buy this car, whatever car you buy, you don't bring to me. I go, okay, Shannara. Okay, let's all settle down. He was very forceful about it. So now I'm thinking, well, I haven't made a major purchase in years. I'm not one of these people that gives a damn about a credit score. And I just thought, well, they're probably not going to be the Honda, because I drove a Prism or something before that, and I looked good in it. That's always important to me. If I don't look good in it, then I don't want it. But I look good in it, and I just thought, well, they won't give me this Honda because it's top of the line for the year. It's a 97, but I'm buying it in 99, so it's already 2 years old when I bought it. But they have pre-certified cars in Maryland, so everything about the car was new. I think it only had like 15,000 miles on it when I bought it, but you could eat off the engine and anything else on the car. So I began to think, well, I'll just act like I want the Honda and they'll give me the Prism. That's my evil plan. There, I fixed it. I did it. I did it. Except I didn't do it, because when I got back to the car lot, the guy was like, what'd you think of the Honda? I'm like, yeah, it's, that you always do that when you really want something, act like you don't want it. That's my tactic. But it's driver passenger airbags, cruise control, 6-speaker CD, keyless entry, moonroof, a spoiler on the back. I mean, it's top for its gear. It's a VTEC engine. I mean, so they took me over to this other building, and there was an African brother. I walked in. How are you, brother? I'm good. So please sit down. And he began to explain to me my credit score. He goes, "You can have any car you want on this lot." And he took time telling me my credit score and blah, blah, blah. And I go, "Well, I think I'll take the Honda then, you know." And I did. When, but what I missed was at some point I called my best friend Joseph to come to the lot, and he was riding around with me, test driving, and was with me when I saw Shannara, who threatened me that if I didn't buy this car, don't bring whatever car I bought to him ever. And now we're done with the sale. And Joseph lived in Temple Hills, Maryland. I lived in Beltsville. And so there wasn't shit else for us to do the rest of the day. He goes, are we going to Weldon? Because he lived on a street called Weldon. So to this day, we still refer to it as Weldon. So I'm like, yeah, we're going to Weldon. So now I get in the car. It's mine now. My driver window is down and I'm crying. Joseph is standing outside my driver's window. He goes, "What's going on? Why are you crying?" I said, "This is the chariot, Joseph. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one that's supposed to take me to California. I don't know when I'm leaving. Allah will tell me that. But this is the chariot. This is the one." That was December of 1999. I left Maryland on April the 3rd, 2003, and drove to California. I left on a Sunday at 2 o'clock. I was in California on Tuesday night. No games. And so it was such an extraordinary gift. And I've always told you guys, when Allah gives you everything is a blessing. Our heartbeat right now, our next breath, your eyes blinking, anything, it's all life. But there's extraordinary blessings that Allah bestows upon you. I always tell you there's a gift and a kiss. What I didn't tell you is the only thing I wanted in a new car was air conditioning. I'm a Xerox technician. I'm regional specialist even. I need air conditioning. And so that's all I wanted. But I got way more than that. That's the kiss. So that's absolute. This is Allah saying to you, I've given you something extra special. And what my maker has also taught me is when I give you these specific gifts and kisses, you don't disrespect them. You don't do that. When you do that, bad things happen, everybody. Always remember that. You've had specific blessings in your life that maybe you didn't even identify until maybe now I just said it. Maybe you'll identify them in the future, whatever. But now you know. Don't ever disrespect them. So all the 23 years that I've had my car, as I'm getting a notification popping up, and I don't want to touch it because I could kill the stream. Okay, it went away. I've been very equitable with my car. I'm the first one to give you a ride. I will not charge you gas. I don't drive like I'm, Speedy Gonzales. I taking care of the car as best I can. I've always honored it, and so when it came to this, I I knew I wasn't bringing it to Africa because it's too much drama. The cost involved of shipping a car. That's something I never did anyway. Forget before you even get to the cost. Just I've never shipped a car. Most of us in our life will never ship a car. I don't care if it was just from Houston to Atlanta. Like I don't. I don't do that. You feel me? I don't do that. So bringing it to Africa was not ever a thought. Like it just was never going to happen. So I was just going to leave it in storage for eternity until I felt like Allah was telling me what else I'm supposed to do. But maybe a month, maybe a little bit more before I left America, um, there's a Muslim brother that I know. Well, he and his uncle run a business that's near where I lived. And every time he saw my car, he was like, "Brother, you want to sell your car?" I'm like, "Nah, you don't understand." I would tell him the whole story about it being an extraordinary blessing and a gift of a kiss and all that. And then he just began to wear me down, wear me down, wear me down. But that didn't matter because I'm centered and fixed in what I know to be true. But then I prayed about it. And the more I'll just say, the more I prayed, just over time, it began to feel okay to me. He really likes the car. He totally would take care of it. Um, he also told me why everywhere that I go, people always ask me, "Do you want to sell your car? Do you want to sell your car?" I get that all low battery. There we are at 15%. So we're gonna activate the emergency clause in just a minute here, everybody. I'm trying to get through the story. Then I'll switch, come back on, and we'll, Anyways, and I go to Jiffy Lube. Do you want to sell your car? I go to the grocery store. Do you want to sell your car? I go to I'm at AutoZone. Do you want to sell your car? I go anywhere. Everybody's always, do you want to sell your car? I'm like, why do people want to buy? Why do you want to buy my car? Why? You know. Well, he began to tell me. He said because your car is all original. He goes, even your side mirrors, you can't get those on a car on a Honda now unless they're aftermarket. They won't be the originals. You have the originals. I also prided myself on all the glass on my car still says Honda. When you buy a car, it says on the glass in your car, it says that whatever car it is. So it still says Honda. And so he made me understand why people have such an eye on my car. And I just thought, yeah. And then, but still, I was too chicken shit to go through with it before I left. And then at one point, I was going to do it, but then his Pakistan thing came up where he said he was going to Pakistan because a sister or somebody had a baby and she can't travel alone and something, something, something. And I just saw that as, well, maybe I'll take this as a sign that maybe Allah needs to tell me something else, or whatever. And there is a bug, y'all. Well, stay in your lane. I'm over it. Um, so, um, I, the delays and all my bullshit before I finally left was just wearing me down, And I also knew my birthday was coming up in February. And I just thought, if I'm not out of this damn place by my birthday this year, I just don't have any reason to live. And I also am always thinking about my own mortality. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. The next 5 minutes is not promised. And I just thought, you just need to get your ass up out of here, dude. Just get the fuck out of here. You understand? And figure that out later. Go. So I spoke with the brother's name is Samuel. I called him yesterday, and I says, what are you going to do about the car? Are you back from Pakistan? Did you go to Pakistan? Blah 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 blah. So we will be putting that together over the next whenever, and that would be the reason that I would, because I can't do that online. I have the paperwork. I own the car, obviously, and I've never sold a car. All my cars have been like where you're going to get another car and you take it and you give them that one and then they give you another car. So this, just the idea of selling my cars is a new thing for me. Um, and I have the keys here with me. So, and there's no mail, y'all. You have to do like DHL or FedEx and stuff like that. There's no mail trucks. There's no mailboxes. There's no mail. There's no mail. I mean, that's kind of a good and a bad in a way because, in America, you get sick and tired of just random shit coming to your house, junk mail. I mean, it's just paper all the time, notices and shit. Like, there's none of that, dude. There's just none of that. You don't need to worry about mail here in Africa, certainly not here in the Gambia. So, anyways, yeah. So that makes sense. And then also, it'll be a very emotional moment for me because even yesterday, Samba and I were coming back. Was it yesterday, the day before? I feel like it was yesterday. We were coming back. We've been out. Looking at apartments and houses, and but we'd stopped by our brother Dowda's compound, and they gave us a big thing of food for us to come, a prepared dish, like we all have anyway. These dishes that we all eat from, and he was like, Abdullah, you drive, And since it wasn't going to be on the main road, I was okay. Other than that, I'm not driving on anybody's main road out here because I will cause accidents and pileups. This driving is not for the it's not even for the skilled. It's If you're not African, if you're not from here, you should not be driving. Period. You understand? So I mentioned it because when I started driving, he was saying how weird it was for him to be sitting in the passenger seat of his own car, and I was like, I know, right? Because like I've only sat in the passenger seat of Princess once, and that was when I still lived in Maryland, and my sister had come from New York. One of her times that she would come visit me in Maryland, and I had just recently bought Princess, and we had gone out, and I was like, "You drive," and she drove, and it was weird for me to sit in the back seat. And then even when I wash and clean Princess, when I'm sitting in the back seat vacuuming, it's just weird to be sitting back there like, this is what it feel like back here. So I understood that. So it'll be emotional for me. um in fact, even Samba, before I came, because I've been talking about my car, Princess, but he goes, you have to send me a picture of Princess. So I sent him pictures and video from my drone, and because she still looks like the day I bought her, alhamdulillah. I've taken care of her. She's not been in no accidents, and I guess that's another thing that makes my car attractive to other people. They see it, and people who have the eye know that it's a 97, and it's like, it still looks like that. you know um I don't like to do bugs when I'm outside because you're in their habitat. They're not really a pest if you're outside. Wait, this white background might be giving me something. Wait, let's see about the lighting. Wait, now, y'all. You got to pick up lighting whenever you can get it. You understand? Let us not deny good lighting. That would just be a crime. It's against the city ordinance. I have to check with the judges. All right, how's everyone? There's hors d'oeuvres in the back. Okay, all right. Anyways, um, so that's gonna be emotional, y'all. That's gonna be emotional. And also, I've had my American flag in the trunk of Princess for years that I wanted to defiantly burn before I left America, but it just didn't happen because the weather wasn't right the time I was leaving. Plus, I wanted it to be alive, and it was just, there was too many logistical things that were just, it just wasn't going to be. And I'm always a man who keeps my word, and so that would be the perfect opportunity for me to do that. So we'll come to that, inshallah. But yeah, you know, my brother Samba was saying to me, "You will get a car here." I'm like, I will not be getting a car here. I don't. That won't happen. I'm very sure I don't need to, because driving here is a skill that, there's really no real rules of the road. Everybody, it's congested, not all the time, not in all areas, because you get through some congestion, and you got a break, you can drive. It's nothing, but I mean, people are literally on you like this, like right at you. Everything is a near miss. People are coming at you the wrong way in traffic because they're going over a different. I mean, you'll see it. You've seen some of it in the video that I put out already. But as I release more stuff, then you really see the traffic, because it's important for me that I show you the traffic and give you that experience. But as I said to you before, ironically, you don't feel in danger when you're not driving, because they know what they're doing. So, you know, but I couldn't do it. And I have a perfect driving record. I've been driving since I'm 17. When I was 17, I did what people told me. Wait, I gotta get my fake. Janet did what my father said and let my mother mold me. But that was a long, but but that was a long ago. I'm in job, never gonna stop. Anyways, I digress. They're very much in control, and they know what they're doing, and you don't feel unsafe. I'm filming, I'm chilling, I'm not. It's nothing. Like, I'm really unbothered. Like they really, even when I was in Senegal, that's when I first experienced it because the traffic is the same like that. The driving is the same, where it's just like every man for himself, buses, and then there's no emission standards. So smoke and fumes, every car next to you is a space shuttle launch going off. I mean, it has this, but again, that's all part of the grit of it for me. I'm not really put off by stuff like that. I'm just not. And if it gets to be too much, damn it, I'll put on a mask or wear an oxygen tank or something. But this is just what they do. And then the motorcycles that zip past you are their own other drama and drama, you know. Um, yeah, I won't be doing any driving. And plus, cabs are too plentiful and readily available and very inexpensive, Um, Even the bus ride that I took from Senegal to the Gambia was $20 US, just under $20 US. It's an 8-hour trip. And the bus has to go onto the ferry, and the ferry carries it across to Banjul after you go through customs and all that at the border. So a Greyhound, that same trip on Greyhound is not going to be $20. This I promise you. This I promise you. Oh, when the visions surround you and lifetimes before. Something. There's a song. I don't know who it is, but damn it. Anyways, this I promise you. It's this I promise you. Anyways, so and then a taxi, like in Senegal, a taxi is like 200 sefa. It's I don't have my converter on my tablet, but otherwise I could tell it to you. Did I put the converter on here? No, I don't have it. It's nothing, y'all. It's nothing. So I mean, it's nothing for me to just get a taxi. If I really need to do something like that, they also have. I don't know what they call them here, but in Ghana they're known as trotro. It's basically a minivan, and a rack of people just pile in. You just get you a seat, or brothers are hanging on the back or whatever, and you just get a ride. It's nothing. You feel me? It's very communal and organic. The other thing I was struck by being here is I knew this, but it's even more profound when you experience the intimacy of African society. So something like COVID is diabolical for an environment, a society like this, because everything is intimate. The people are very close together. They're very touchy. They're very feely. We eat from the same plates. We drink from the same containers. You're in close quarters in buildings or markets and stuff. I mean, you couldn't social distance here. It's not. You can't do that. It's not even. You can't. It's not even an option. You feel me? So thank God that Africa has that herd. You heard them using the term herd immunity during a lot of the nonsense, but it's very intimate, y'all. It's very, very. Um, so I digress to say a taxi is really nothing, if I really need to do that. But I'm definitely not driving. I'm not skilled enough to drive in this environment, even though I have a perfect record in the United States, driving since I'm 17. How many times have I bitched Geico out when they tried to raise my rate and told them I'm paying for the gecko that you run on TV all damn day. I pay for that because I don't have accidents and I don't have claims, and I'm paying my shit since you've known me. You feel me? And they've insured my last 4 cars, 3 or 4 cars, and certainly Princess. So, um, let me quickly see your comments, you guys, before we run out of battery on this device. Um, Another shout out to you, Richard Hart. Sandra, love you back. And I made off. Oh, I read that. Richard, you say, I'm an atheist, and let me tell you, that whisper is real. So you're not fully an atheist, though, Richard. And you know what we say in Islam? That's good because in Islam we say La ilaha illallah. So you're already at the La ilaha. You see? La ilaha or La ilah is there is no God or there is no deity. You see? We just have to get used to the illallah. All the scholars will tell you that. So that's not a bad thing. Good for you. We just get you. You're already at the la ilaha. We just get you the illallah. Um, and you're also proof, Richard, of what I say. We all have it. We all have it, but everybody's not tapping into it, and they're missing it. So by the time you get to something told me, you long missed it because it's like that. It's faster than that. That's the only thing that I hate when I tell this. It's so fast you can't even tell it, but it's definitely you don't miss it. Everybody has it. You all have it. You all have it. All have it. It's like you know it. It's always guiding you. Chanel, the name of my oldest niece. Big shout out to you, Chanel Harry. How is the food, weather, and people? The food is off the chain, y'all. It's just too much of it for me. If you're a foodie, you will get your entire life here, your entire existence. I even had pizza one night. We went to a restaurant and I wasn't even hungry. And I ate that damn pizza like it was the last thing I'm going to eat. Um, the food is exquisite because there is no fruits, there is no frozen food, there is no processed food. Everything is organic, real, and prepared. So it's wow, my God, you will get your entire existence. And I do have some pictures of food that I'll be sharing with you guys when we do the live, and I'm showing you stuff on the screen. I did take some pictures of some of the dishes. I at the beginning when I was in Senegal because Fatima and the women would fix 3 meals a day, and that's a feast 3 times. And I would be like, "What's the name of this? What's this called? What's this called?" After a while, I don't remember, and I don't, and I just like I was more trying to do that for y'all. I just don't remember. I just don't remember. But I can tell you like the composition of dishes that I had and stuff. Like even today, just a little while ago, I had we had rice, but we had grilled chicken, like grilled chicken over the rice with cassava um root in there, which is like it almost has the texture of a potato. I love cassava. I've had a lot of it since I've been on the continent. There was cabbage and something else. Very delicious. Very delicious. Um, the weather is like California, Chanel. Like when I landed in Senegal, I got off the plane. I'm like, I'm still in California. Not understanding. So it's perfect for me. Even now I'm sitting outside. It's nice and cool out here. There's a nice little breeze going on. It's the weather is paradise, y'all. And remember, there are no hurricanes in Africa. There's no tornadoes. There's no snowstorms. There's no earthquakes. There's none of that shit going on here. All they have is a rain season that lasts like a few months, and that's the season. It doesn't mean it's going to be raining every single day. It's the rain season, and when it's over, it's over. That's why Africa is so green and beautiful. The sun is the continent is kissed by the sun. The people, we are kissed by the sun. The energy is different. Everybody's in flip flops. It's just laid back. I was in an office building today for the for the documents for my new apartment, and they're up there in flip flops. The sisters in there were in hijab and everything, but flip flops and in very couture looking hijab and long gowns and everything. Just flip flops. It's laid back, man. It's just laid back. It's laid back, and the people are kind. People speak to you no matter where you are. People say salam alaikum. How are you? How's everything? It's such a I haven't seen no hostility or animosity at all. Just haven't seen it. Even when people cut each other off or somebody does something in traffic, it's nothing. They just tap the horn and they come by, and wave they just keep it moving, man. These are not a stressed out people, I promise you. Um, Sandra, that is amazing to have a vehicle for 23 years now. Nice. Yeah, man. And that was my first Honda. So I recommend Honda. But more than that, I recommend if you have anything in life, everybody, you got to share it. Don't hoard. Don't don't be grandiose. Give honor. And how you give honor is how you use that blessing. Whatever Allah gives you, one of the ways you show honor is how you share that blessing with others. Be equitable, be judicious, be kind, be charitable. That's how God increases you. I was never a guy. I'm not into fancy cars. I don't need no Escalade and Range Rovers and all of that. Just I'm grateful for the little things that Allah gives me, and He gave me this extraordinary car that has taken me thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. Because when I bought it in Maryland, I was all over the Eastern Seashore. I used to take it to Philly. I used to go to New York, up to Buffalo to see my sister. I used to go to Delaware. One of my buddy of mine worked at the University of Delaware. I used to go to Delaware. I used to go to Philly. I used to go to, of course, I was in the MVA, Maryland, Virginia, DC area. So we see that as one thing. I was in Baltimore all the time. I mean, if Princess could talk, dude, she's been everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Um, Deej, I see you. Good to see you, Deej. Um, Portia, big shout out to you. You say Jedi, congrats on your apartment. What stayed with me on one live was when you said to us, as you live, you pay life. You as you live, you pray life will show you what is true happiness and fulfillment. That is my prayer, and continue to make that prayer, Portia. And know that it's. Listen, everybody. It, if you can just get to your humanity, I didn't have to get here. Allah has allowed me to be in this place for most of my life. I just didn't put it together that, oh, you need to go to Africa. That's where your soul can really thrive. But divorce yourself of being concerned about this life and material stuff and attaching yourself so much to things in this that you would never want to die. You have to let that go and just start living, make decisions and live your life for the next life. It's the most important thing I could say. That doesn't mean you can't still have an enjoyable life. Allah says to us as Muslims that we should live each day as if it's our last, but we should also live each day as if we will live forever. There's wisdom in that. Um, Red Dre. What's up, Red? Wait, is that Red? I can't see. Y'all know I can't see nothing. No, I'm thinking about Red Aquarian. But shout out to you, Red Dre. You say, "Oh my God, Jedi, I have to play catch up to your videos." Well, right now there's only 42 videos on this channel, and they're not really long videos. And there's lives. But you should catch up. You know, because this is a ride, a journey, and an ongoing thing. And you want to be up on, just like you would be up on the Kardashians or whatever show you watch, CSI or something. You definitely want to be up on what's happening because I'm trying to show you, I'm trying to give you a realistic experience of what it is to live in an African country, what that feels like for me day to day, and things like that. So and plus I'm able to open up my life in a way that I wasn't able to in America. So it's all an open book now. You go on to say, I see you were in a place called Gori. Yeah, when I was in Senegal, I went to Gori Island. That video is here. I am so happy Gambia and Gori are getting the recognition it deserves nowadays. Yes, and one of the things I also intend to do here in the Gambia, this Kunta Kinte Island is here. Kunta Kinte from the movie Roots, everybody. That's a real story. Kunta Kinte is a real person that lived, and you need to know that his family, he's from a royal family, and they still exist and live here in the Gambia. And they have Kunta Kinte Island here. I want to see that. Now, of course, I'll film it and share it with you and all that. Southern Creole flavor. Big shout out to you. Walaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What's the process to rent annually? You just when you find the place, in this case, you have to pay the fee over it, um, and um, and you give them the money and sign your contract. You're good for the year. Done. Literally, you done. You done. Just seem like you pay your rent every month there, and you be like, I'm done for this month. I paid my rent. Same thing. So you just, or if you don't want to pay annually, you could pay 6 months. I think I've heard even some places you could pay monthly if you want. Just depends on what you work out with the landlord or the owner and negotiate. A lot of negotiation that goes on. Deidre, you say I actually saw that in a documentary that I watched about Kunta Kinte Island. Yeah, it's real. It's real. It's real, and I would love to be able to see that family. And I can't touch the women because I'm a man and I'm a Muslim. But any of the men, I definitely want to shake their hand and maybe even hug them, just so there's that transfer of energy. Red, you say, how bad is the invasion of others, Jedi? I love the shade on that, Red. It's not as bad. They hear, at least till I get settled and start sniping them off. That's something else. Burn after listening. But in fact, we were out the other day and I was seeing more demons than I've seen since I've been on the continent, y'all, at one time. And literally, I was like, demon, demon, demon. I mean, they're here. Like roaches, they're everywhere you go. They are everywhere, but they don't, they're in small numbers. You won't really see them. You feel me? And so it's whatever, you know, I'm over it. Dee say, I can't with you. So, but there is no invasion though, Red, thank God, because that won't happen. Not while I breathe. You understand? Although we were in a restaurant yesterday, and for the second time, I seen a beautiful sister with the old, decrepit, pterodactyl looking ass white dude. And I just thought, why God? Please tell me the answer. Write it in the stars. Because I can't. Um, yes, son. They do. They do. You know. But it's also been important to me that, even in looking at properties and things like that, it's important to me that it be Black Africans that own it. You know, I'm really trying to protect my, um, I don't want to end up, I don't want to contribute any, uh, um, anything to the success of white people at all here on the continent or anybody else. That Arabs, Portuguese, who else is here, Samba?
Hmm?
Arabs, Lebanese. By the way, there's some. Can I show you?
Hmm?
Don't do it.
I'm
They're gonna think you sexy, man.
No,
That's when
come
you
on.
should be seen. You got the guns out and everything, homie. I'm saying, it might be. Look, you probably could get a modeling contract right here. You feel me? You don't even know, but you don't even know though. But you don't even know. You feel me? I'm saying Ralph Lauren could be looking right now. You feel me? I mean, grant you, I'm the house model for Ralph Lauren right now. You feel me? Tyson mad right now. Tyson Becker mad right now. Mad right now, y'all. Tyson mad. Matter of fact, he texted me, feel me, inboxed me, said, back down. Told me back down. I can't even do it, y'all. I can't do it without laughing. I can't do it. I can't do it. But anyways, none of them. I'm not trying to support any of them. You understand? And if I have my way, I eventually would like to organize and influence as many of my people as I can to help them see why they need to stop doing business with these people. It's an African nation. You don't need them for shit. Done. I'm over it. Um, Dre, you say it it's on my to do or bucket list, whatever you want to call it, to visit uh, Tunisia, Gambia, Gori, and Pretoria. Yeah, do it. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Like I say, I could have waited, y'all, but I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I don't want to have to come back to that asshole for nothing. But it, the trade off was I still would have been there, or I would have left later, or whatever. You have to go when you know you need to go. That's what you need to do. So don't wait. So it's on your list. What's preventing you now? Ask yourself that. And anything you can move out of the way, any roadblocks, move them and go, man. Just go, go, go. Yes, Richard. Demon, demon, demon. You know, um, because I see them for what they really are. And so we were just riding. I don't know, in the last couple of days, and it was like this. It was like a sports bar. You could tell it was that type of vibe, and I'm seeing it from the street as we're driving, and there's some white devil sitting out on like the outside area, no doubt drinking a beer, and I just thought, what is that? You're sitting there and all you see is nothing but African black people in front of you. Why aren't you getting on the next plane? Not understanding. You're not at the gate for boarding, just not understanding, not understanding. So, they're here. But as part of the waking up Africa and waking up our brothers and sisters, one of the things we have to do is we have to starve them out so that it won't be an attractive place for them to come anywhere in Africa to do any type of business. They will know that they'll never thrive. I told you guys years ago when I had my big channel, I brought you an article of this bodega that was in, no, it wasn't a bodega. There was this store in some part of New York, might have been the Bronx, I don't remember, but it was in New York. And an Arab would come and open up and be there for maybe a couple months and they'd shut it down. Somebody else would come, open up, and shut it down. They never could get it off the ground because Latinos would not go there and do business. They would get on the bus or walk or get a ride or whatever they had to do, go several other blocks to go to the bodega. It never got off the ground because they wouldn't patronize it. Just the same as we have them in our communities in America, we should starve them out. Every black person knows that we have Arabs and Koreans and Chinese people in our community that don't live there. We don't know that where they live. We don't know their kids or nothing, but there they are. And they drive their raggediest car to their business like they ain't really flossing, but they are. You feel me? And we're paying for their houses. We're paying for their kids' schooling. We're setting up. We're doing it all. You know. And so the same thing here. It should be known they won't do business with you. So don't go there and do anything because they stick to their own. We have to promote that, not just here in Africa, but they're in that asshole of the devil too. You feel me? Dre, you said I heard the Chinese were sneaking over there, staking claim as well. They are, and then there was a story in Ghana where they literally killed some of them, and others they arrested because they were literally sneaking into the country and stealing resources, and then bouncing out, literally sneaking in. You feel me? And then the ones that are there legitimately are treat our people like shit. There's been physical altercations. I mean, my greatest prayer I pray is that Allah allows us to rise as a people. But we have to find our violent bone because we're not a violent people. And that's a good thing. But you got to find your fangs when you need them. Um, Deej, you say the design on the wall in back of you is beautiful. The whole house is beautiful. I mean, the craft, the what do you call it? The craftsmanship, the work, just the way they build here, man, is really something, dude. It's really something. Even some of the places I've been out looking at, just across the street, you would see brothers building, putting up facades and things, but they're out there with their hands working with concrete and materials and things. So, yeah, man. Remember, we're the first people to build everything, and we built that asshole the devil. So we kind of know how to build stuff. Oh, and then there was that pyramid thing that we just did that just for fun, and it was fine. It's nothing. Um, Richard, you say I'm making a move to Antigua soon. However, 30% of the population there is British demon. If that's what you need, you feel me? We're not gonna get everybody, and everybody's not gonna come to Africa, sadly. But all I can say on that is just know that you are cheating yourself. Anybody that does not experience this continent as an African person, you're cheating yourself because what did I say? My very first Africa video going back to 2015, I said I'm sick and tired of Africa being some place that I read about, I see in a book or in a video that people talk about. I want to go there. I want to go there, you know? And so we all need to do that, you know? You don't have to make a commitment to move here or to stay. You could just come and visit for a few weeks, you know? And now that I'll be here, I've said to you all, I said, I'm going to say it till I have no more breath in me. Any of you all that comes here, you have a place to stay. Always know that. Always know that. Always know that. Because when I started out on this journey, I didn't. But Allah intervened. In Senegal, I had my brothers. Here in Gambia, I have my brothers. You see? So I need to be somebody's brother. You understand what I'm telling you? That I can, you come, I got you. I got you. So at least you know you have an address, so you don't have to deal with that. Like, ooh, where am I going to stay? And I don't know, and I can't, and I don't know anybody, and oh my God, you know. And each day I'm trying to learn as much as I can. So I'm not an expert. It's going to be a while before I am, but I will know more than you, and therefore I'll be in a position to help you and educate you and advise you and all that kind of stuff. Um, Richard, you say I'm making. Oh, I read that. I read that. I read that. Yeah, Antigua. That's so I forgot Antigua even existed. It's been in songs even. Antigua. Um, no shade to Antigua. I'm just saying whatever you would find in Antigua or any place else on the earth, you can find it here in Africa. Remember, there are 54 countries. Just before I went live, I was watching a video from Wodimaya that's newer that in the last days that he did, where they are on the streets of Munich, I think, and they're just showing people video of different countries in Africa and ask them, what continent do you think this is? And they're like, I think that's Europe. I think it's Asia. I think it's this, that. And then they find out it's Africa. They can't believe it. Just can't believe it. Just can't believe it. And I mean, wow. You say, may see you soon, Jedi. All right. Let's do it, homie. Let's do it. You understand? Like, ain't nothing to it but to do it, as we say, you know. Um, Remind you guys that I'm 5 hours ahead of the East Coast and 8 hours ahead of the West Coast. It's 10:52 here in the game. But apparently I wasn't tripping. We've seen the moon rise since we've been on here because where I showed you where it was and now where it's at. The moon rose. Because it's not rising, it's moving. You understand? I told y'all the earth is not moving, it's not a ball. We're not rotating at 1,000 miles an hour. That's all vomit from white demons. It's not. You understand? That moon is beautiful, subhanAllah. And also, the sun is closer to the earth here, everybody. But even though that's the truth, we don't need that because I've told you the sun is not 93 million miles away. Our sun is local. So is our moon. So are our stars. It's all local. I brought you the video, one of the lives I did when I'm still in America. I showed you video of somebody on an airplane and they're filming and they show you the sun is in the clouds. How can that be if it's 93 million miles away? But also how the light comes through when you see sunlight coming through a cloud, how it does. You have people that talk about how light refracts and stuff like that. They use all these terms, but the layman understands basically the shit wouldn't be like that if it was 93 million miles away. Just you wouldn't have that. So let's just be over it. Yes. Um, okay, this is I don't know if I'm missing one of your comments, you guys. Um, anyways, um, thumbs up, our peers. I see you. So, now we're going into extreme low battery. So I'm going to end it on here. I'll come back on the tablet, and then we'll have a proper goodbye. We'll probably do maybe 5 or 10 minutes of questions or whatever, and then we'll be over, everybody, because it just went critical right now on the phone. So I definitely have to go to the tablet. We can't go on here. Um, I could try and plug it in. All right, quickly, hold on, y'all. 5%, y'all. 5%. Allows it 5%. Anyways, I had to move the chair to the outlet right here. So I'm plugged in. All right, we'll do about 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes of just questions and whatever you guys want to talk about. I see Moo. I don't know what this says. I can't read. I can't see it. Let's see if I can see it on here. Is that say more fortune or moon fortune? Anyways, you shout out to you, Fortune. I'll just call you Fortune for now if you don't mind. You say, yes, Jedi, you're right about the sun in the clouds. Thank you, Fortune. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Deej. Um, yeah, it's another one of the big lies that's been told, everybody. Big lies. What I always tell you, you have to know your enemy, your environment, and your condition. Part of knowing your environment is knowing the truth of the very planet that we live on. You know? And sadly, too many of our people are not exposed to anything that is the truth, you know? And yeah, it's a whole thing, man. It's a whole thing. I even saw a Christian speaking on a video today, somewhere British, because he was very, the courts and and Christianity and the diocese and all the, you know. And he gave a very good talk about why the church is against homosexuality in a way that I've not heard any Christians speaking about it. And he also cited what I've said. They don't bring that to the Muslims. They don't bring that right here. They don't, because we have standards, and we're not giving in. It won't go over, but they'll bring that to the door of Christianity all damn day, you know? And he was saying how, you know, you just have to hear him say it. Like, I feel like even any Christian has to, if they're really a Christian, because one of the things he said, this one really stood out. There's many things he said. It all stood out. It was all amazing. But he said, we're not, he said, Christ condemned sin. He didn't become part of it. Like, I'm screwing up the quote. He was brilliant. I'm telling you, the dude was brilliant. It was everything. His whole talk, I mean, the succinct way, he didn't speak very long at all, but it was really something. There's value in that. And I think I may have saved the video in my favorites. Let me check to see if it's in my favorites. If so, then I will tell you what it is. Um, let's see. Watch later. Yes, his name is Calvin Robinson. And I get the sense he's kind of a big deal in the Christian world, some type of way. Um, okay, let's see this. Okay, I didn't save the actual one that I just told you about, but you can put in Calvin Robinson um, church is against gays. Any of that should get you there. Like, you know, I don't know what he is. He's got a big afro. I feel like he's probably mixed some type of way. Um, yeah, it's really something. Um, okay, why did I mention that? Because what? Who said something, and what got me onto that? Um, I don't know. Anyways, just know that the whole sun thing is a big lie, everybody. It's one of the big lies. You know, you got to know where you live, and all of that. They're trying to have you live in a total deception. You know, this is why so many people walking around doubting the existence of the divine when all they have to do is stand naked in a mirror for 5 minutes, not even that long. If you don't see divinity in your very person, then I don't know what I can tell you. You know, um, when I was in Senegal, you guys, I used to go up to the roof. Ouch! And one day I was up on the roof, and Allah gave me this out of nowhere. The thought came to me, said, "The spirit governs the body submits to the spirit." It just came out of nowhere. And I just looked up and said, "This must be divine. This must be divine." And what I know as being a student of the one who created me, sometimes Allah will give me something and give me the dissertation right then and there. And sometimes I get the whatever it is, and then the dissertation will come, you know. So I don't know if I've gotten the full dissertation, but that just came out of nowhere. It was just the spirit governs the body submits to the spirit. Initially, when I got that, I just thought, you know, just anything you would be dealing with physically, the spirit masters the body. It must submit to the spirit. It must. It must. It must. I just thought that was profound. And now I've shared it with you. Maybe you'll get something from it, or you'll get a dissertation, or maybe you're supposed to tell me something, that I don't know. Maybe you'll tell me about this bad lighting. Ugh. I'm getting lighting the first chance I get, everybody, because this is just I can't. Um, at this rate, my modeling career will be over. They don't want me in Milan this for Fashion Week. I just got the call yesterday. I don't want to get into it. But they're saying no on Milan for me this year. So not understanding. What I'll have to do. Deej, uh, you retracted those. What time is it? We're gonna do it's 11:06. We'll do 11:10. What y'all got? What y'all got? Also, you guys, let me say this to you. This just comes to me now. Earlier, I mentioned the mosque. I said if it was daylight and I turned my, if I could turn my camera, you could almost see the mosque just through these houses that are there. Coming up in the not too distant future, I'm going to be doing a fundraiser for this mosque because they need a roof. The roof is in disrepair and it needs to be shored up before the rain season comes. I feel very passionate about this because um, we one of the high honors that you can receive from God is when you establish a house of God or you do anything for a house of God. Not in the way that Christians think about it, like y'all really shouldn't give no money into them houses of death because they really not holy, but God will bless you for your intention. Even if they know better and you don't, you'll be blessed and they will be dealt with. But I'm just saying it's a high blessing to take care of, to establish, or do anything for the house of God, the house of Allah. In this case, it's a mosque. It's community mosque, and probably 2,000 US would be more than what they would need, quite frankly, and would go a long way. So we're not talking about a huge amount of money either. I need to be clear to say that. Um, but yeah, that's something that I definitely want to try to affect if I can, and we'll all receive the blessing for that. You don't have to believe that, everybody. It's going to be true whether you know it or not. It's going to be true. It just is. I always tell you that's one of the things about the truth. It doesn't matter. It will be. It will be. It just will. It just will. You know. So when you know the truth, not your own opinion about anything in life, when you know the truth, represent that. And when people don't receive that, don't waste your time or your energy. Move on because you are right and it's going to be right whether they acknowledge it or not. So I learned that. God gave me that back in 1994. Was it 93? I don't know if my grandma had passed yet. It was either 93 or early 94, we'll say that. But I used to be very frustrated that people didn't understand me. You know, I felt like when I spoke or did anything, people just didn't understand me. And one day I came in from work and I remember, I see it now as I'm telling it to you. I remember just like, I felt like I got on my knees in my room. I was looking in the corner, I just random. And I just said, from now on, I will just say what I have to say, explain myself, and leave it alone. Because God understands me and knows my heart. It gave me great peace in that moment. Like that. It gave me a lot of peace because I just thought, I can't, you know? Because I feel like I'm fighting myself and I can't do that. So I just released it. My responsibility is to truth and righteousness and what is good. That's it. And just let everything else take care of itself. Don't deal with people if they can't accept truth or if they're not interested in truth or whatever your issue is. But your responsibility at all times, no matter where you exist and breathe, is to righteousness and the truth. Feelings be damned. Be damned. Least of all, we're concerned about feelings because people will always push back on truth. San, you say, do you have mail delivery there? No, I was talking about it earlier, San. There is no mail delivery. You can do like DHL, FedEx, or stuff like that. There's no mail the way we understand it. No, just not happening. And you go on to say, when is the rain season? Is it like South Florida, May to October? Brother, when is the rain season start here and goes to when?
It start like end of June
End of June
to October.
to October. Yeah.
Yeah, like start of October usually.
Okay. End of June to like October. Yeah. Um, and so to pick up on what I was saying earlier, so I'm gonna do a formal rollout, if you will, or something. I also will I don't know how. What I think is also important too is I'll put my drone up, and I will take pictures of the mosque, and I will also film video of the drone. I would like to speak with the imam of the mosque as well, have him say something on camera. And I'm going to be looking for you guys to help out you guys. $2,000 is not a lot of money to raise at all. It's we have that in our shoe somewhere collectively, you know. But let us all get the blessing of this, you know. Um, and and it also says something good about Black African people in America, you know, that we would have our stamp on that we came through, you know, we did something, and that we came together as Muslims and non-Muslims, really, you know, but as Black people, and we got it done. Portia, you say three Black men and one Black woman traveled from North Carolina to Matamoros. What is Matamoros, Portia? To Matamoros, mix lady going for tummy tuck. They were shot at by cartel. Two of the men were killed. Lady and man found alive. He was shot in the leg. What? You got to say that again, Portia, because I did not understand what I just read, and I'll have to buy a vowel. I'll just have to buy a vowel. It sounds tragic, and I'm not really making the tie up because the Metamoros threw me off, and some other things. Proofread. Sandra, okay. And you're going to say that's like here in South Florida because that's our hurricane season. I jumped. That's our hurricane season. Hurricane comes from Africa. Yes, remember the video I brought you guys showing you that all the storms that hit the asshole of Satan of America, they follow the Middle Passage from Africa. They develop off the shore of West Africa, and they hit straight for that white ass fucking country and wreak havoc. Deej, you say, Portia, I saw that it was in Mexico, Jedi. Thank you, Deej. Because when she said South Florida, what did she say? She said Carolina or something. Yeah, North Carolina. And okay, I was with you, North Carolina. Then I didn't understand what is Metamarus. And then you said cartel, but then cartel, it just, I didn't understand. I still don't understand. You say now, Portia, you say, Jedi, that's the name of the place. Metamarus, Mexico. Okay. Matamoros. Mexico. Mosquito, that's one victory for the. That's one. It's just one, but it's one. You feel me? I said 10 minutes, everybody, and well, it's 11:30 now. So if y'all have nothing else, we can land. How long we been on? Just under 2 hours. Not bad. Be it. Not bad. Um, yeah, it's 11:16, and I just actually got my first mosquito that I actually got to kill because they're very stealth and they're very elusive, and he just happened to be right there, and I got him. It had to be done for all of humanity. See, and there's a plug right here. If I had a lamp, I could have had my lamps right here. You feel me? Done all my lighting and been like, oh, it's nothing. You feel me? But alas, um, yeah. So, what's today? Thursday. Um, I'm playing it by ear. I was gonna say, I don't know. We'll be together, you guys, because I still need to try to get. I still have this footage I need to get out, and I'm gonna do that in a live. So I would be on, and then I'm just gonna, because the other night I prepared the next section of video that I want to share with you, so that it's all lined up, and all I have to do is play it and talk over it. The parts where I'm talking in the video, I can just shut up, and then when it's not, I can pause it and do stuff. But I need to get us through that Senegalese stuff. I need to get us to the Gambia and catch us up to where we can start. I can start showing you the day-to-day stuff now, you know. Um, and so, but we have to finish with Senegal. We have to, because I don't want to be out of context, you know. Um, yeah. Maybe not swearing to it, but just maybe I might just release the walkthrough of the apartment. Just that video. Just that. Um, I'm threatening it. I'm threatening it, you know. But what I'd like to do, as I say, is I'd like to do a live where I'm on and then on my PC where I'm on camera and then I have the video next to me and I can make my box as big or small as I need to, and then we just get to the information. That's serves two purposes. A, it gets us through the information, but B, I don't end up with some big file that I have to upload. It's live. So just like this is live. So when I'm done, it will become a video that is now on for people to watch and it's done. So that's the best way to do it, I think, Um, that's what we're gonna do. Um, let's see, son, you said yes, you did. Khalifa of the Most High, got my wheels down, brother. Seats are in the upright position. So good to see you, man. Allahu Akbar. How is everything, Khalifa? Deed, you said, I would love to see a walkthrough of the place. Yes, 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 yes. And I also here, I want to be able to show you guys where I'm staying at Samba's, but I want to be respectful. And so I want to get the green light from him on that. I don't think he'll mind, but do you want to ask? I certainly want somebody to ask me if they want to show my damn house. Like, you feel me? Um, I also think the value of seeing this would be because he built this house. Like, that's the other thing. People build their homes, so people are not. They're wealthy. I'm trying to get them to understand that. Like, and y'all and just people in general need to understand, like, okay, so I'm renting a place, so I'm the poor one. You feel me? Because rentals are, people own their land, they own their home. So even if they broke, they own the land, they own the home, and not, it's not like in America where you own a home has been in your house for generations, but then all of a sudden somebody can't pay the property tax, and so you lose the house. Fuck that. There is no property tax in this bitch. When you buy your land, you own the bitch. When you build a house, you own that, and it's there for, that's it. Done. That's owning. That's why I never bought a house in America, because I'm like, I'm still gonna be paying stuff. To me, you tell me I own it, that means you don't get another red copper penny out of me. And if you do, I by default don't own it. If I never drove Princess again, so what? I don't owe nobody nothing. That's it. That's it. You feel me? That's owning. Owning is not you own it, but if there's a but, I always tell you nothing follows but bullshit. That's it. So that's what I also like about here. You when you own, if you don't build the house, if you just buy the house, you own it. If you buy the land, you own it. You buy the land, build the house, you own the land and the house, you're done. That's it. All you do is pass that down for 1,000 generations, and a lot of people do, you know. So, and there's nobody coming around telling you what you can and cannot build, and that's not up to code, and that's not allowed, and you can't paint it that color, and it's just not this, and your lawn is too high, and we can't fuck all that and get out my face. None of that. That's freedom. That's freedom. To me, that's freedom. That's freedom. That's what's complete. Do you understand? I hear my prayer alarm going off, but it's for California because I already prayed that prayer. It's over. I can hear it in my bedroom window. I don't know if you can hear it. Anyway, you probably can't hear it. Anyways, um, and I was always against. I never wanted to own a home in America, like, because just like, for the reasons I just said. And even coming here to Africa, I've had many people ask me, "Oh, you're going to build a house? You're going to buy land?" I'm like, "No, no, no, and no again." But I was speaking with Samba earlier, and it occurs to me that because I now know someone who did it, if I did do it, not saying I will, but if I did do it, then I know someone who's done it. Therefore, they have skilled people who did stuff, and they can tell you if those people showed up, were they reliable, what kind of work they do, blah blah blah, and you would know if your project is going to get done. Because I've seen YouTube videos. There's one sister, I forget how long it was taking her to build her damn house. I think she was in Ghana, but I've seen all kinds of stories where workers show up today and then you pay them and then you don't see them no more, and all this kind of thing. So that all that would be you know not an issue when you dealing with somebody that's already done it. Like, it's a whole house here, so you know. So something like that would make it attractive. Again, not saying I would want to do it, just but I could see it. Um, yeah, I'm not as against it as I was. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. In a roundabout way. That, and I can't get any more lighting out of this. And now I can't even hold it up because I'm tethered to the wall because the phone is plugged in now. So I'm just all wrecked. Um, Khalifa, you say just in the ATL dealing with the devil every day, man. And I got some other people that's there too. Um, Yaziz and Luluma, his wife, this Muslim couple I know, they're in Atlanta. Ronaldo, my Naldo that I guys over here we talk about Naldo, he's in Atlanta. Um, um, I got at least two other people that's in Atlanta because early back on when I first started doing my flight stuff, I was almost threatening to try and get a flight that would kind of take me through Atlanta, you know, and have a layover. So, because people were saying they would come to the airport to see me before I left, you know. Man, I do hate I didn't get a chance to see a lot of you guys before I left, everybody. I need you to really know that. And because there's so many of you I would have loved to have seen, but maybe you'll get a chance to come to the continent. But additionally, I didn't get a chance to see. I thought I would visit my grandmother's grave one more time before I left California. That didn't happen. I had wanted to go to Chicago and see my mother's grave. That didn't happen. I had wanted to go to Florida to see my best friend. That didn't happen. I mean, I could just go on and on and on. There was some of you that I would love to have seen, um, but um, it could be because I hear something in my best friend's voice, you know, and Joseph is 71 now. And we've been friends for 25 years. 25 years of the Oprah show, 25. In fact, it might be 26 now that we're in 2023. And at some point, hear this very carefully, at some point, I would be coming there to visit him or to bury him. I hate to say that out loud, but we have to accept that death is a part of life. And I am encouraged because at first he was on the side of, you know, sketchy about me coming, you know, and but I can tell you that since I've been here, maybe even either that week before I came or it might have been the week that I got here, but suddenly his conversation was, well, make sure you take a lot of pictures and video. Make sure you send me a lot of pictures. First, it was that. The last couple times we talked, now it's, well, maybe once you get settled, maybe I will come for a couple weeks. Got him. Got him. Because that's my best friend, and he knows I only want the best for you. Joseph is still young and vibrant, but he's had a heart attack several years ago and has stents and all that in place, but you wouldn't know it. And he doesn't look 71 at all. And I would love for him to be able to have to claim some of this, some freedom for himself, you know. He's in Florida now. And but I think that I think it could happen, man. I really do. Cause he knows I'm only gonna tell you what's really up. I don't have nothing shit else to prove at all. So he knows my character. So he knows if I'm saying it, you can put some stock in that. So, you know, maybe he ends up here. I don't know. But if he doesn't at some point, I already know I would have to go to Florida, you know. Plus, we haven't physically been in the same state since we think it's 2016. We think it's 2016. We think so. We think so. Yeah. So that wears on me, you know. And but it's like I've always told you, you're never gonna have everything. You're not allowed. It's part of the law of the universe. You will not have it all. You will finally get a chance to move your little dusty ass to Africa Jedi, but you will not get a chance to see all the people you wanted to see and spend time with before you go. Take your shit. You feel me? You will be Oprah Winfrey. You will be known across the earth. You will be worth billions of dollars, but you will not be a size 3. Take your shit. You feel me? You're just not allowed. You're not allowed. You're not. I can give you a million other examples. You're not allowed. So if you keep that in mind, you won't be frustrated by some things. You know, you're just not allowed. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. And I'll say this as we're leaving everybody to that point. Michael Jackson even said that. There's an Ebony Jet interview he did many years ago. Only because they couldn't get me for the interview. Last minute, I pulled out because I was like, I'm busy. I'm touring. So Michael did an interview, whatever. Anyways, but you know, the guy asked him, he said, "Do you ever feel like you missed out on?" Because Michael had said, "I don't remember not performing." You know, and the guy says, "Well, do you ever feel like you missed out on a lot of things by not remembering not performing?" And this was Michael's answer. He goes, "Of course, but I've gained a lot too. A lot of people never get out of their hometown. A lot of kids read about places that I get to see in person all over the world, different places. So I'm so happy about that. I mean, you never can have everything." This is Michael Jackson at his zenith saying you never can have everything. He was humble enough to understand that. You can't have it all. You can't. So in his case, you will be the most famous human being ever recorded in human history, but you will have vitiligo and you will not have a childhood. Take your shit. You see, that's the way the universe is. That's the way it is. You're not allowed to have it all. You can't. You've always wanted a gas stove. You finally find a house. It's in a crappy location, but damn it, it's got a gas stove. But now, the perfect house, perfect location. Oh my God, electric stove. You know, I mean, it's just written. It's there for anybody to see it. You don't need to be me. You don't need to be brilliant. Just you can check that for yourself. You're not allowed. You're just not allowed. So never look at anyone and think they have it all, because they don't. They don't, because they're not allowed. All right. So I think that's all of our comments, everybody. As I said again, and we're just over 2 hours, so that's a good little button right there. You feel me? Little 2 hour piece. That's cute. Um, I will do more of these, outside of the stuff that I'm telling you about that I'm bringing you the footage and stuff like that. That's one of the things that I love that I'm here now. I can just pop up and just boom, what's up. And I don't have to be guarded the way that I was when I was there in the seat of oppression and evil. Um, and as I said to you, my life is an open book now. There I wouldn't tell my age, I wouldn't tell my name, not where I live. Very sketchy on details. Don't show this, you can't show that. Ooh, no, blocking this, edit that out, this and third. It's none of that now. You seeing the Jedi for just all that I am, the total human being that I am, and getting a chance to experience my life with me. And my premier goal of doing this is to, even if you don't get a chance to make the journey, or you just decide not to, or whatever it is, maybe you will inspire somebody else. Maybe I will inspire someone through you, or someone will be inspired through me. Wow, this moon is just getting brighter and brighter. It's beautiful. Um, but somebody has to show the day to day, you know, so that you can see how normal and regular it is. There's no mystery to this, everybody. Everything that you thought you knew about Africa is a fucking lie. It just is. It just is. It just is. And we have to know that. There's no difference in being here, you know. Okay, there's some little things, but then that not really, because I was just the example I was going to give you is not really. I'll tell you it so it's not a cliffhanger for you. Like, y'all know I drink my punch all the time. Like, where's my punch? Oh my God, where's my punch? So usually when I poured my punch, it was cold, but I let my punch sit around the house all day. Like, it's just my punch is there, and I usually drink it at room temperature. I don't care. It's my punch, and I'm good. So, but here sometimes I want a cold drink, not cool, where when I touch the can, I just heated up the whole drink and I can't go on. You feel me? Or the glass or whatever it is. So, you have to go other places for that. And then Samba was explaining to me the 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 various issues with refrigeration, and why you would end up with something that was cool and not cold type thing and stuff like that. Um, So there's that, or you go to a restaurant and you see something on the menu you really want, and they go, "Oh no, we don't have." And then you go, "Okay, well then give me the such." "Oh, we don't have." "Okay, why are you open again?" You know. Um, but again, that's part of the culture. Like there's no sense of customer service and stressing on that here. We literally walked into one place one night, and all the people that worked there were sitting over there yakking and facing us, and nobody got up to come over and help us. And I thought, you see, but your boy knows how to put on a Kenneth Cole suit and a tie and walk into any office and say, "I'm here with my business card and blah blah blah. And I am a customer service expert from the United States, and I help organizations and corporations to up their profit margins by delivering a high level of customer service to clients and customers." You see, and I also train your staff to. You see, I mean, there's an opportunity for anybody to want to do that. You know, because that's definitely something that's needed here in the Gambia and in many other parts of Africa, quite frankly, because I've heard this complaint from other people in different other countries who have come to Africa, you know. But it's not a shade thing, it's just that they just don't have that understanding, you know. They just don't have that understanding. That's just not part of something that's in the society or it's been there. That doesn't mean people aren't nice. They just don't, even though they work there. Like your whole reason to come to this building today and put on that shirt was because I might come here and stuff. But apparently that means nothing. What are you going to do? Is it maddening? Yes, it's maddening. But I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's fine. And I'm over it. So, anyways, we're well over our 2 hour mark now, everybody. I don't want to go too far. I just want to say again that I do love you guys. I want to say thank you to everyone who did finally thumbs up this bitch tonight and all of you who came to be a part of the stream. But just remember, um, you need to do that because we are going to have unity one way or the fucking other if my name is part of anything that has to do with African people. That's just what it's going to be. And you got to start someplace. And I always tell you, if we can't do the little things, we cannot do the big things. You know, you just can't. Everybody crawls before they walk. That's just natural. That's everybody knows that. Unless you're me, ran a 10K at 2 months, so I don't want to get into it. But that was me. You feel me? Um, and yes, I was walking the runways of Milan at 5, but that's something else. You see, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to make this about me. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I am on. Okay, they're calling me for hair and makeup. They're calling. All right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, 5. I'll be there in 5. Yeah, the directors are getting pushy. I can't do this. Anyways, if you can't do the little things, you can't do the big things, no matter what it is in life. You must do the little things, and you must take joy in the little things, because then you will take joy in the big things. That's just what it is. It's like I've told you about fame. Anybody that you know that's famous, you see 5 minutes of fame. You don't see the many hours that are behind the scenes that are not glamorous. That's the part you gotta like. That has to be your goal, even. That's why you even do it, for that. Oh, and I'm gonna be on Access Hollywood, and I'm performing with the Grammys, and they're that's all bonus. You have to love the other stuff, because that's the stuff you spend the most time doing. I've given you the example of Beyonce, who I cannot stand, and she's a witch, and I'm sure she's drinking blood, and that she probably will put a curse on me if she hears this. But that aside, I always give her high marks for her work. I'm exhausted just thinking about the work that she does. I could see it. I know when she's standing there with a 50-mile-an-hour fan on her, I know all the work that happened for her to stand there. Damn mosquito. You see what I'm saying? Trying to stealth up on me, dude. You feel me? I'm doing a lot. They trying to stealth up on me, man. That's my cue to take my little lesson aside. So we must have unity, everybody. I'm a man who, wherever I go and exist on this earth since I was very young, wherever I'm at, the air changes. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Just because I'm there, the air should change. It just should. It just should. And my presence should be felt when I leave that place. And this is no different, you know. And as I've always said to you, if you anytime you have an audience of people in front of you doing anything, you should leave them with something. There should be value to holding an audience or people giving you their audience for any reason, giving you their time. Give them something, leave them with something, give them something that can feed and feed them and nourish and serve them, you know. And I think I've done that all the years I've been on here, you know, because I never come just to aggrandize myself. I come to present myself to you and ask for your audience when I have something that I think I have to impart to you. And then I'm ready to say, "What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi." That's what that means. I have something to say. And I think my audience has known that over all the years that I've been doing this. Certainly when I had my big channel, that's how it grew so rapidly, because people realized that's one of the main things people realized about me. If I'm doing a video, I must have some shit that means something. It's not going to be a waste of time at the very least. So I continue. I intend to always continue that, to earn your audience, but to always try to enrich you with just whatever it is that the one who created us all allows me and endows me with. That's what I'm here to impart to you. So that's what this whole mission is about. So I will put a period there. After I read Sandra, you say love you back. Have a restful night. Thank you, San. And you do the same, my queen. Deej, love you too. I love you more. Um, Jedi, have a peaceful night, my friend. And stop it. And we got to have another session soon, Deej. I'm feeling like it. Just I don't want to curse it, so but just very soon we have to have a session. I love you guys all. Always know that. And I will see you soon. This is the Jedi.